So just yet, you've done the personality traits test. So as you know now, personality traits are characteristics that predispose us to certain behaviors in specific circumstances. So there was 5 of them, and there's a very nice acronym that we use to remember. So it's called the ocean model. So I'm just going to explain them, shortly say what they mean, and afterwards I'm going to tell you to look at the paper that's also on the canvas and how you can relate to that. So first of all, ocean. The O stands for openness. So this means whether you're very open to new experience, trying different things, whether you like intellectual stimuli, whether you like maybe reading books, watching different movies, if you're very curious, etc. So you can be high on that. If you're low on that, you're less likely to do new things. You're more likely to stick with things you already know. So then we have the C. The C stands for conscientious. And conscientious means that you're very detail-oriented, you are very structured in your work, you keep your room clean, for example. You have very industriousness, which means that you like to work hard as well. If you're lesser of this, it means that you enjoy leisure a lot, you're a lot more spontaneous and easygoing. Then we have the E. The E stands for extroversion. So this is basically how much energy do you get from being with people. If you're more introverted, you might like to spend more time by yourself. The A stands for agreeableness. So agreeableness means that you're very compassionate towards other people. It means you have a lot of sympathy and empathy for them, and you can understand how other people feel, and you can also care for their problems and you take them serious. If this is less or so, it means that you're very assertive, you know your own boundaries, but you can also sometimes be a bit harsh to other people. So then we have the last one, which is the N. And the N stands for neuroticism. And neuroticism is when you get easily stressed out by a hectic situation, when you feel emotionally more volatile in your moods, so they can swing quite a bit. So sometimes you withdraw from a situation if there's a lot of responsibility involved. If you're very low in neuroticism, it means you're really easygoing, you're quite chill, stress doesn't hit you as hard, so you're slightly more resilient. So what we really want to remember here is that none of these are good or bad. It just really depends on the specific situation and how you use it. So in the file, as I explained, there's 2 traits we want to look at. It's called leadership effectiveness and leadership emergence. I will explain them later in the course together with Georgia. But for now, you can check for your own scores, like, hey, where am I scoring good and where do I miss out? Write those down, take them with your notebook to the class, and then we can spar with someone else and can figure out, hey, how can we learn from each other and how do we use these weaknesses and these strengths to become a better leader. And remember, you're not a prisoner of your personality traits. You have the power to overcome them.